Tonight, the sky closes the year with a whisper. Not a door slammed, not a chapter foreshadowed, but a gentle turning of the collective page. This Sagittarius new moon born on the galactic center itself leans down and touches your heart like an old friend, reminding you of everything you survived, everything you outgrow, and everything you're finally ready to become. It asks nothing of you except truth, the soft kind, the sacred kind, the kind that rises from inside your bones when you finally stop pretending you are small. May this last new moon gather every broken piece, every quiet hope, every dream you were too tired to speak, and carry them into a wider sky. May you walk forward lighter, braver, truer, guided by a fire that no one can put out. This is your new beginning, my love, the one your soul has been waiting for. All right, thank you so much to being here, guys. Welcome back, Cosmic Insight Astrology. I am your co-pilot, Christina. Today we're going to talk about the new moon in Sagittarius. You can see that on my shared screen. The moon going to be in 28 degrees Sagittarius and going to conjunct the galactic center. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like, and comment below. I really appreciate you being here with me and supporting me through the, year. I see you, I hear you, I read you all the time, try to answer, guys. Um, so if you're new to my channel, then probably you don't know, I always talk about the archetype of the moon, the ruler of the moon. I bring in the fixed stars and, all the aspects we can talk about. And usually I talk about the collective mundane astrology, and also I analyze all 12 signs for you as well. And usually by the lunation, with the lunation, I also do a meditation. So please stay with me. I'm going to today actually play some kind of music under it. Hopefully it's gonna work out. So let's see what's going to happen. As you can see, the new moon, it's going to happen in Sagittarius. We talked about the galactic center, very late degrees. It's happening December 19. Actually, I erected the chart to Miami, so don't worry about the host system over there, but you only have to know the moon happening in Sagittarius. And the ruler of the moon, actually, it's the Jupiter. So we have to talk about here a little bit of the ninth house, because Sagittarius rules the ninth house and also ruled by Jupiter in daytime. So the ninth house, it's your belief system. That is the law and exploration and expansion as well. In mundane astrology, the ninth house represented the courts, religion, foreign policy, international law, higher education, anything to do with publishing industry, global trade, your visas, your immigration, your philosophy, religious conflict and religion is itself, and also cultural diffusion as well. On your personal level, it is your beliefs, your faith, your higher learning. That is your wanderlust, your adventure, your idealism, morality. Also, your existential questioning. That is your travel bag, your travel luggage, right? And your visionary thinking as well. Ninth house also representing on personal level your truth seeking, the teacher student dynamic as well. And health wise, it's your hips, your thighs, your liver, overindulgence, your fat metabolism, travel related illnesses, and spiritual burnout as well. Also, it could be bringing in some kind of moral fatigue and sciatica as well. And in financial astrology, it is anything to do with import export, tourism, spiritual services, the churches, mega churches, belong from here, and universities, how they finance the universities. It is also global trade, ethical investing, law firms, also religious non-profits. And as I said, anything to do with publishing or university funding. And Jupiter, guys, Jupiter is actually the fairy godfather. It is also the Santa Claus, blessing, expansion, belief, and wealth. It is prosperity. On personal level, actually, it is optimism and faith, wisdom and generosity, also morality, and also confidence, idealism, luck, and on negative way, it could be overconfidence or overindulgence, but also it is your world vision as well. And it could be Jupiter also fat metabolism and obesity, because of overindulgence. But also it could represent high cholesterol in health wise as well, and some kind of sciatica nerves. We were talking about that because the ninth was also representing that as well. All right. And then, this is Jupiter over here is the teacher. He is the professor or your attorney, your spiritual leader. That is the priest or the father, whoever you want to call your spiritual leader. Also, it is representing your own international businesses and the way you publish your book or you market your business, and how you actually branding globally your business as well. And it is your second marriage house as well. And in markets and trading, Jupiter is outs, and also it is publishing stocks, travel industry stocks as well, something to do with airlines as well. Legal firms and global banking as well. Um, so this is definitely actually some kind of international IPOs as well if you are trading. Jupiter always bullish market, especially if it is trining to Saturn or Pluto, or even conjunction could bring in a bullish market as well, or if well affected by what is the other thing? Mars and Venus as well. So it could bring in some kind of, because of overindulgence in financial astrology, it could bring in some kind of market bubble, especially Jupiter right now, it's in exaltation in Cancer, right? So it could be like, okay, it's some kind of bubbling over here. Okay. And then we're going to go back actually what this new moon going to bring in for us. And as I said, it's a new chapter, right? The new moon is actually when the sun and the moon actually merge together in the sky, the father and the mother, the male and the female, right? They merge together. They are in the same degree at the same sign. That is the new moon. When you are planting seed, when you start something, lunation usually goes half years. For example, new moon to full moon. So whatever we're going to talk about, it's going to actually unfold within half year, right? And anything to do with a new chapter over here, it's a wake up call, because Sagittarius is very spiritual, it's philosophical. So also it's the teacher within. So definitely it's a wake up call for the collective because it's happening on the galactic center as well, what we're going to talk about later. And Sagittarius is a fire sign, always wants you to run free and book a flight or write something, fall in love, like with a foreigner, for example. So Sagittarius is never scared of anything. It's really liberated. Sagittarius, it's a sign which has no kind of delusion. It's making bold decisions, not like Aries, but it's still very bold decisions. And the moon going to happen 28 degrees, so that's the third decan. So you have to count until the third fire sign. So first is Sagittarius, second gonna be Aries, and the third decan going to be Leo. So it's gonna bring in a Leonian energy, right? So it is really, like center of attention. And what's going to be center of attention? The storytelling, the truth seeking, right? So it's going to bring in clarity, and it's going to be like, all right, we need to actually refuse right now what's outdated and bring in something in 2026 for the next half year, which is going to be maybe raw, maybe uncomfortable, but also generous, because it's going to bring the truth. And sometimes truth is hard to look into the mirror and see the truth, right? But it's a must kind of situation. And also Sagittarius is, because of your worldwide vision, it is asking you to set some kind of a new vision, maybe with education, maybe with traveling, maybe with publishing, maybe a new faith in your life. Expand your life. Do not shrink. Sagittarius doesn't want to shrink. And also Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, right? Jupiter is exalted right now. And Jupiter, the ruler of this moon, is actually going to, because yes, it's gonna square Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. So Saturn and Neptune are kicking the last kicks in Pisces right now, because Neptune going to move in Aries in January 26th and Saturn in February 13th. But right now, this new moon is creating a square. Square is always a conflict, right? It is actually bringing some kind of challenges in. And the moon, Saturn is, the Lord of karma. It is also courage as well, but it can bring in some kind of hardship. And Saturn is also putting boundaries. So this new moon it's almost like this square. It's like a reality check right now. It could bring in some kind of delay with traveling. So because of this new moon is happening on the 19th, a lot of people want to travel abroad for Christmas, right? It's squaring with Saturn and Neptune, so obviously it could have a lot of delayed flights, guys. So careful with traveling also. All right, so definitely, it is like, also if you have visas, you need to get a visa in a country, make sure you get it in time, or check your passport. Maybe you're not going to find your passport in time, or you lost it last minute. And also Saturn going to actually define boundaries as well. So for example, you go to a family event, it is Christmas, you visit your relatives, and it could be extended family, and they have different political view, because Saturn is also political, right? It is rules the government, and it could bring in some kind of, verbal conflict, or some kind of issue between family members as well. So there is definitely a pressure over here with Saturn. And it is also asking you to fact check things, because of Saturn and Neptune actually conjuncting for a long time already, and it's in Pisces, and next year going to be in Aries. But so it started to conjunct in end of 2023. So it is Neptune is fogginess and has no boundaries. Saturn has boundaries and reality checking. So it's saying, okay, if you do something on social media, if you are teaching, make sure you fact checked everything, because of Neptune could be some kind of propaganda or illusion. So yes, if you want to, for example, quit your job and move abroad, Saturn going to say like, okay, first show me how much is going to be my salary, because otherwise I'm not going to. So make sure I have everything written down, and an attorney, for example, sees everything and it's signed. Otherwise, I'm not going to, move. Or if you want to launch a course, or if you are want to learn something, you are like, okay, let me see the whole entire curriculum, because of I'm not sure I want to take the class, if some subject is not going to actually suit my needs. And also, it is asking you to fall in love, right? Because Neptune is over there. And Neptune can bring in some kind of illusion, but it is like, okay, does it really going to work in real life? Because it could be a long distance, relationship, and not necessarily going to work. So, as I said, it's going to square with Neptune as well. And we were talking about that Neptune is idealism and also illusion, delusion as well. And Neptune is also fogginess. It's creating it is like a rose quartz glasses on you when you don't see your significant other or your children with reality. So it's also could bring in some kind of projection in the relationship, or some kind of spiritual bypassing. Oh, that's okay. I can do that. The universe going to provide, and Saturn will say, no, 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 no. Listen, I want to say, I don't want to trust first and just go ahead and move my life. I have to see what's going on. And also because of, Neptune can fall in love with fantasy, but Saturn is going to kick us in the butt and say, hey, 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 come on. Look at this person. Like, there is a lot of red flag over here. So definitely, Neptune could bring in confusion, but Saturn is really, really real. So, why Neptune is the dream, Saturn is the test, and Sagittarius actually is the leap of faith over here. And then we also have to talk about Venus and Mars conjunction. You can see that on the chart, right? It's going to conjunct Venus, the Sun, right? It's very close to it, and I mean the Moon itself in Sagittarius, and the Mars is already in Capricorn, and it's exalted, but it's an out of sign conjunction. In Western astrology, we still count out of sign conjunction, right? So Venus and Mars over here, which is actually the new moon going to be the midpoint of Venus and Mars over there. So it is like, a lot of attraction, passion, chemistry, and also some kind of tension that forces us to make decisions right now. So, for example, a new relationship can begin, but it's going to begin with intensity because I have to go to a foreign country to meet the person. You know, yes, so that is definitely going to happen. And then the new moon in Sagittarius is also going to trine Chiron in Aries. Chiron is the centaur, that is the wounded healer, right? And this trine is not soft, guys. It is not necessarily a sentimental healing, but it's almost like a soul surgery. It is a collective moment where humanity is asked to look at its wounds directly, without denial, without distraction, without running back into comfortable illusion, right? Sagittarius going to bring the truth and clarity, and also a new vision as well. And Aries is very courageous and also very, very raw authenticity as well. Chiron over here is the sacred wound and the medicine also. So the wound is going to become the medicine with this trine. Very important, right? It is something when we are going to activate some kind of healing, global healing together, right? We hold each other's hand and we heal together. A collective wound is going to surface, and we're going to identify the wound, and then we're going to understand uh, where is it coming from, and how can we heal it. For example, because of Aries is anger also, so it could actually be a collective anger, or maybe even some kind of identity confusion, or some kind of political agenda over here. It could be battles over autonomy and sovereignty. You can see that right now around the world, right? Because we are entering wars. Today I was watching the news, and after that I just started to chant because I got very upset. We want to actually attack Venezuela. Some of my friends are waiting Venezuela liberation who are Venezuelan, so I am trying to listen to them as well. But as a American, right, I really don't want to spend our money to like sabotage other countries and also kill innocent people. Definitely, I hate this kind of thing. But as you can see, because Aries is like broiling something as well, so it is also like generational traumas broiling right now. And we're going to have also like public demand for safety and authenticity as well. Um, the new moon actually going to ask you to stop avoiding the wound and look into it, look at it, and like try to speak to it or heal it or get an appointment to the doctor or your therapist, but definitely don't look away right now. And Chiron is the wounded healer. So over here, you have to understand the medicine is hidden in the wound. It is almost like the snake poison, right? A very small snake poison could give immunity for poison itself. So the medicine is within the wound over here. So um, and also, Chiron, because it's going to trine the moon, and the moon is the teacher. Chiron over here going to teach us like, healing never comes from being perfect, right? It actually going to come from being honest because Sagittarius is asking for the truth, amplifies the truth, asking for honesty. And, it is also like, all right, listen to me. You suffered. I understand. But this suffering actually shaped your wisdom. Actually, it's helped you with your compassion before you might have not been compassionate. So it is not your flaws over here. You became vulnerable, but you know what? The vulnerability had a purpose because it's helped you and it's you growth from it. So, yeah, people who have been wounded, they're going to become the healers, the teachers, the protectors, the advocates, and the visionaries. Right. And also, because of Sagittarius and Aries trine over here, it could be like we are becoming the whistleblower, the spiritual warrior, the truth teller. And the trauma informed leader over here, you will see a lot of people rising like Candice and Tucker, and like more and more people going to start to say the truth. As I love, for example, democracy. No, Kim Goodwin or Goldman, Kim, Amy Goodwin, and then Kate Harper, who I watch all the time because they are very compassionate people, and like you're going to see a lot of storyteller. There is also a Polish Italian guy, Kaya, Secular Talk, for example. I watch him also. He is also very compassionate. You will see Marjorie Taylor also coming in with more people, more Republicans right now are standing against the recent MAGA cult, I would say. So we will see what's gonna go on, but there is definitely going to be some kind of activism within half year, and it's starting with this new moon over here. Yeah, so also, we are capable to heal through courage and not avoidance, as I said. So the society itself not going to be able to ignore their wounds and what they inherited, for example, or they denied, and we are not going to allow numbing. For example, it squares Neptune, and Neptune is also addiction, so it could be like, okay, let me numb myself and then I'm going to be like a sleepwalker for a while, and I don't have to face my issues. But Saturn is there to kick us in the butt and say, no, 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 you're not gonna use anything right now to numb yourself. You have to face this wound, and you have to mature. You need some kind of conscious acknowledgement and decision right now, because otherwise you won't grow. So stop and being awakened, right? So yes, and then but as I wanted to talk about, actually I wanted to also talk about, some what is this, the gift of this new moon, for example, right? So it is not reckless, it is not delusional, it's not avoidance based or fantasy led. It is actually going to have express kindness and generosity and the truth during this time. And then I wanted to also talk about two fixed stars. And the two fixed stars over here, it is 27 degrees and 28 degrees Scorpio, right? Scorpio. And that is one of them is, oh my God, I forget the name of the stars. Just wait for a second. Okay, so that is actually Acumen, and also the other one is Etamin, and that they are 27 degrees 58 minute and 28 degrees 29 degrees is Acumen as well. And that's what I wanted to talk about. So, those are, one of them is actually Acumen is Mars and Moon flavored. And it is, command, for example, position. And also, it is a it has a really strong presence, because the moon itself is the public, and Mars over there, it's going to be very charismatic, very, very bold, intense energy, the leader's energy there as well. So it is going to bring in some kind of So, Mars and Moon nature, as I said before, and it could bring in some kind of infection and inflammation. But do you remember, guys, when I kept talking about eye inflammation, and actually it could be bringing sty on the eyes, or pink eye for us, but definitely it could bring in some kind of inflammation. The moon itself is the body fluids, right, as well. And also Mars is heat and cutting and something to do with inflammation. Actually, this one could bring in temporary blindness, or, like something to do with sensitivity as well. Um, yes, that's what's going to happen here with this fixed star. Anything to do with optic nerve pain, anything to do with injuries and accidents. And because of this fixed star on the new moon, and it's also square with Neptune. Neptune is fogginess, definitely fogginess. So there could be a lot of fog during this time. So when you drink, or don't drink and drive, because it could also blur your vision. Be careful, right? Because it could bring in accident. But also it could be some kind of neurological disturbance, which is going to create migraines and vision issues as well. So that could happen during this time. Yes, and then the other one is we also have another fixed star that I was talking about here, and that one is actually Etamin. And Etamin is also, in Scorpio as well. but obviously Sagittarius in Western astrology, right? And it is 27 till 29 degrees, this star, and 29 degrees is already karmic anaratic degree, plus the 27 degrees is already on the galactic edge, galactic center. So this is all going to bring in actually, like some kind of breaking free from limitation. And also, we're going to talk about a little bit some asteroid over here. We're going to talk about Horus because it's going to square Horus in Gemini, and it's going to square Hecate as well, which is, um, Horus over here is protection and power and leadership, but Hecate actually is something to do with magic and intuition and your shadow self as well. So this square is also going to bring in a lot of intuition. We're going to download, especially because it's going to happen on the galactic center. And the galactic center itself, the gate of truth. So people who are prophetic and visionary, people who are clairvoyant, the healer warrior, right? The dangerously honest is going to rise right now. So back to Etamin a little bit over there, that is also the dragon eye, right? It is also connected with danger and destiny. So, as I said, both of the fixed stars is something to do with penetrating our visions. They don't want us to see the truth itself, and that's going to be physical. We're gonna have, as I said, a lot of pink eye because they really don't want us to see. However, it's also going to bring in prophetic dreams and also unveiling hidden truth as well. Because even if they don't want us to see right now, the truth is coming to surface no matter what. And Etamin is also a karmic warning over here. So with this new moon on the galactic center, it's going to bring in strong survivor instinct for us. The ability to see the people, see through the people. You don't need your vision, but you still feel, and you still going to see through with your psychic ability, right? So that's what's gonna happen. And this star actually is Saturn Mars nature. The other one is Saturn Moon nature. So very, very heavy. It's pressure, weight, and responsibility. And also, as I said, it could be some kind of physical issue as well, right? Some kind of chronic condition because Saturn is chronic condition. So, as I said, eye strain, migraines, visual disturbance. It could be, as I said, symbolic, but most likely it's going to become physical as well. It could be because you refuse to see something, and this Sagittarius moon going to awaken you, but and going to ask you to have a backbone, right? It squares with Saturn, so Saturn wants you to have a backbone right now. All right. And then, it could be, and I forget to say, but acumen also because it's Moon and Mars together. Moon is public opinion, Mars is arrogance and attack. So it could be like, your perception or you are attacked actually online, maybe because of your opinion. Or it could also bring in some kind of psychic sensitivity as well, or sometimes it venoms because of the moon itself. It's some kind of liquid. It could be poison with this kind of Martian energy. So it could be like there is a lot of Scorpio invasion somewhere, or a lot of snake pits they found somewhere under the yard, whatever. But it's going to be public. But definitely those two fixed stars, Saturn, Mars, and Mars Moon, could be some kind of public backlash and jealousy. But it is public backlash against the the leaders because we want to see the truth and they want to take away the freedom of speech and we won't actually allow that. All right, but what else? It's going to also square with Prometheus because Prometheus is in 27 degree Pisces. And so Prometheus actually is conjuncting Saturn and Neptune at this moment. And Prometheus is anything to do with the rebellion fire, right? Because Prometheus gave away the fire and was actually punished, right? So it is something to do with sudden awakening moment and refusal to follow the traditions or fit into boxes where you're not belonging from. And it could be like breaking generational karmic chain, breaking away from what your father and mother want you to have. But definitely Prometheus also like, breaking away from taboos and becoming wiser as well. Prometheus give the fire to the people, to humans, right? So it is almost like something will be given to humans, to the public, but only oligarchy knew and oligarchy could have before. But right now we also going to have, it's gonna be in our property, and we can actually use that against the ones who think they are immortal and gods, right? So that's what's gonna happen over here. And also it's going to square with Horus, and Horus is in Gemini, guys, 29 degrees. Horus is actually leadership and also divine vision, but it's also righteous power, right? It's the falcon eye, warrior of justice and truth. It's kingship itself. So it's also in honorific degree. And at this moment, it's in retrograde. So, it is bringing back some kind of, karmic memory, something about leaders, for example. And it could be like Horus going to protect actually others over here. It is almost, for example, there is a leader who cannot stand injustice, and that one is coming in and helping to take down the ones who are actually, criminals, for example. Someone who rises in times of collective crisis, someone who sees from above, the falcon eye, someone who is prophetic, who has wisdom, who is a guardian of community, right? And then is also Hecate. Hecate gonna be in Sagittarius 27 degrees. So this moon is going to actually conjunct with it on the galactic center, right? So, all right, there is Venus, Mars, there is Vesta, there is the Sun and Moon, and there is Hecate. And the two fixed stars, actually, it's not good fixed stars, but Venus is, and Moon Vesta is, right? So it is almost like, okay, who owns the magic? People owns the magic. Hecate is actually the queen of the crossroads, the witch mother, the keeper of the shadow, and also very, very intuitive. And also Hecate is the matriarch of the intuition as well. And right now, because we have this beautiful Sagittarius stellium over here, Sun, Moon, Venus, right, and Vesta over here, and the galactic center with the new moon. So it's magical knowledge. It is like no matter what they're going to tell us and how they're trying to bring up some kind of AI crap, right? And want us to believe the propaganda we want because we just feel it inside it's not right. We're going to have prophetic dreams, and their spells are not working anymore. I'm talking about propaganda as a spell, right? It's not going to work anymore. More people going to be awakened. So this is really, really good because, altogether, Hecate and Horus and with the square over here, they are altogether representing the witch prophet, the shadow worker, the leader who are magical and intuitive, and others going to follow the truth teller, intuitive journalism, or investigative journalism and storytelling. Astrology, also investigative astrology as well. people who are fight injustice through their vision and letting their voice to be heard, and they are teaching and they won't shut up. They keep talking no matter what, because this is actually really, really specific gifts, especially with Etamin and Hecate together. It is psychic insight and prophetic dreams. And, just to say that it's in Sagittarius and Acumen is actually in this new moon, that is someone who is fearless and telling the truth, no matter what, no matter if they want to assassinate the person not gonna back up. They still going to deliver, the truth over here. Yes. So ability to look through of anyone. And the challenge, of course, people can project to each others. It could be some kind of public backlash and jealousy as well. If you have some kind of success on social media, for example, and you can be trolled, it could bring in some kind of mysterious health patterns, but something to do with ear or eye condition, some kind of inflammation, some kind of vision issues or migraine issues. Guys, we're going to have also a lot of aurora borealis, I told you. In 2026, it's going to be intensified, and aurora borealis, actually, it's 5, 6, 7G storms. It's going to bring in vision issues and migraines as well. I feel a lot of time when there is a 5, 6G storm, I have a lot of headaches. Yeah. So yes, Hecate is the storyteller here, Horus is the protector, Prometheus is the rebel, and Etamin is the seer. And Acumen, the fixed star, is actually the blade, the sword, but the truth blade, which is cutting through because I see the truth and I want to transform right now, and I speak the truth and nobody can stop me. And going back a little bit to the galactic center over here, because I think it is very, very important, guys. The galactic center is the black hole, and at the center of the Milky Way, right? It's gravitational anchor of our entire galaxy, right? There is direct download points, something to do with, some kind of transmission station, or something to do with uh, here, because of the new moon gonna happen on the galactic center, the old system gonna collapse and new consciousness going to rise, but through rebellion, through, like some kind of wild, electric, prophetic, some kind brutally honest kind of truth erupts, and we all have to stand up for your rights. So, the galactic center itself, with this new moon and squaring to Saturn and Neptune, but Saturn, Neptune the same time, trining with the ruler of the moon. So, this is very important because that is going to clear all the corruptions, all the lies, all the decays, whatever was hidden and manipulative or decisive, or someone who abused power, they have to go, right? So we can accept a lot of scandals right now, or political mask are falling. They're gonna see who is, taking money from APEC. The old narratives are going to be done, and there is gonna be a lot of the whistleblower in one time, like multiple going to rise together. On personal level, that is something to do with like your intuition, your psychic sensitivity, It could be also scientific insight and breakthrough as well. And it is a whole collective spiritual awakening for all of us, or belief system or religious reform, dogmas going to break down right now. We're gonna see the bigger, uh, you know, um, um, like word. So what I wanted to say over here, I always have the picture, religion is for me like the fish in the fish tank, but in the ocean, and the other fish is actually in the ocean swimming freely. That's spirituality. So religion could be very dogmatic, and we want justice right now and ethics. And also, we want our children to be educated as well, not indoctrinated, right? All right, so definitely it's a reboot over here. Old structure, old power has to be demolished right now. Illusion has to go, and traditions going to stay, but it's going to have some kind of rebirth with the new leaders, right? And there is going to be a lot of new social movements. There is going to be a lot of new political party. For example, it's not going to be two political party, not even in the US. I told you guys before as well. All right. So definitely it's a sudden ending over here. So what else could be happening over here? The Galactic Center also, and Sagittarius actually is a moral compass. So in real life, it could actually play out like something with a country or a leader about their corruption going to be, seen by the public. They cannot hide anymore. It will be also because Sagittarius is also something to do with global institutions, and because Saturn is borders, Neptune doesn't know borders, that's immigration and it's squaring with it. So all territory is going to dissolve and new ones going to form suddenly. So that's some kind of new global alliances could come up as well. And it's going to bring in mega shift in religion. I told you guys next year when we're gonna have Saturn Neptune conjunction, something gonna happen with the new Pope because the old Pope died during Saturn Neptune conjunction, and I told you guys. But something is happening with the Vatican during this time, and it's gonna start right now. There is some kind of massive secret could come actually out somehow. There could be also some kind of scientific discovery, some kind of disclosure. Okay, we went to Mars and we saw some kind of human DNA already. Okay, um, so something to do with or DNA, or maybe they're going to find aliens and humans DNA born already somehow and being among us, something like that. Yes. All right, I don't know what else I wanted to say. It's a lot anyway. All right, so let's start and let's do the each individual rising sign, guys. Okay, let me see. Okay, so you Aries, so obviously that is in your ninth house. So Aries rising, it's gonna happen in your ninth house, which is, your belief system, anything to do with your worldview. So this is actually going to start a new belief system for you. You drop an old worldview. It's almost like the snake shedding its skin, right? You are shedding your dead skin. Jupiter is exalted actually in your fourth house, and it's going to make you redefine home and belonging and ancestral truth. And Saturn Neptune is in your 12th, brings spiritual cleansing for you, and illusion also going to break for you. So the karmic fog going to lift, and all secrets going to dissolve right now. And Chiron is in your first house, so you reclaim a part of yourself you thought was broken. Your identity is going to start healing. You're going to activate your soul warrior. So there is the themes around major travel, something publishing, immigration, spiritual awakening, and also clearing generational lies as well. Taurus rising, sun and moon, it's going to happen in your eighth house, the new moon on the galactic center. So actually, this donation going to crack open your shadow world, something to do with your finances, trauma healing, depths, intimacy, and your relationship with power. Jupiter exalted in your third house brings new contract and new conversations with siblings, neighbors, and it's going to heal your relationship with siblings, healing neighbors, aunt, uncle, niece, nephews, right? And Jupiter also going to trine to Saturn and Neptune in your 11th. So you're going to get a lot of community support as well. A mentor or some alliances going to guide you, and a friend maybe going to guide you or give you some money to start your business. Yes, and Chiron is gonna be in your 12th house, so there is some kind of subconscious healing, release. You forgive yourself, and then you going to maybe let go of some kind of addiction. So the themes around is inheritance, joint finances, emotional detox, psychic awakening, and releasing shame. Gemini rising, sun and moon, it's going to happen in your 7th house. That is the mirror of you. That is something to do with your partnership, relationship, legal matters, right? Alliances. All right. So a relationship are reborn, and it's going to be like amazing. You see the truth of someone and also yourself. You see the value in the relationship without filters. Jupiter also exalted in your 2nd house, so it's going to bring in some kind of finances, something with maybe going to have a salary increase, your self-worth going to be better, you're going to have confidence. A sidekick job could actually bring in, you can monetize a sidekick job. And Jupiter going to trine Saturn, Neptune in your 10th. So your public image, your career, and your reputation going to actually elevate. You seen right now by the public, and you aligned with your career. You feel like you are wise and you can lead right now. And also Chiron trine in the 11th house, so the wound around belonging, it's going to be healed. You can reconnect with a friend also, and with your tribe, you can find a tribe. So the theme is around commitments, spiritual contracts, new love, and also collaboration. And also, it could end a karmic relationship and begin another one. Cancer rising, sun and moon, it's going to happen in your 6th house of habits, body health, work routines, and it is the highest spiritual frequency over here. Jupiter is exalted in your 1st house, gives you vision, energy, and also massive awakening of purpose. Right now, you're going to do everything purposefully. Jupiter trines Saturn and Neptune in your 9th, so you enter a new philosophical and spiritual path right now. Something to do with travel, with study, with publishing opportunities. It's gonna open for you. And Chiron is in your 10th house and trine with actually the new moon. So something to do with your career going to get healed. You're going to reclaim authority. You're going to reclaim, for example, being a CEO. So healing your body, ditching some kind of toxic routines, finding meaningful work, or new teachers, new philosophies, going to be the theme of your new moon. Leo rising, sun and moon, it's gonna trine with you. It's gonna happen in your 5th house. 5th house is your creative explosion, romantic awakening, purposeful, creative ignition. So the new moon is on the galactic centers. It's going to pull your artistic fire straight from the divine. Jupiter is exalted in your 12th house. It's also the divine, it's subconscious. It's going to bring ancestral blessing and subconscious healing for you. Jupiter trines Saturn and Neptune in your 8th house, which is deep emotional merging, something to do with tantra, sexual healing, power, reclaiming your power. And Chiron going to trine in your 9th house, which is like, I'm going to here right now because I have a new spiritual belief, and you're going to gain confidence in your wisdom, in your knowledge. And also, it could bring in children, pregnancy, love, creativity, passion, and artistic expression. Virgo rising, sun and moon is going to happen in your 4th house. Your foundation going to shift. 4th house is your family, your ancestry, your land. Actually, it's your safety, emotional safety. So it is the foundation shift literally, and it is also, because it's your roots as well. It could bring in actually some kind of ancestral healing, because maybe you find your biological parents your whole actually family root can get rewritten right now. Jupiter is exalted in the 11th, and it's going to bring actually some kind of blessing from community, from friendship. So right now also Jupiter gonna trine Saturn, Neptune in the 7th. It is also something is dissolving. It could be a karma with a relationship, a hardship with a relationship, and your partnership going to restructured as well. You might going to strengthen your connection right now with your soulmate. And Chiron is going to heal trauma in the eighth house, anything to do with sexuality, fear of death, for example. Maybe you had the fear, very deep fear, which is almost paralyzed you for decades, and right now you're moving forward. So definitely it could bring in some kind of relocation, renovating your house, family healing, some kind of karmic ancestral release, and some kind of emotional rebirth. All right, Libra rising, sun and moon, it's going to happen in your third house. Your voice become a weapon of truth, communication, writing projects, skills, siblings, and anything to do with your daily thoughts also going to reboot. You're not going to have ADHD, or you're going to be able to focus right now. Jupiter is exalted in your 10th house, which is going to bring blessing from your career, right? It's a new contract, for example. Jupiter also trines Saturn and Neptune in the sixth house. So the work going to become meaningful. Work going to become your career. Your health improves. You find the right doctors to do a surgery. A new routine going to get stabilized in your life. And Chiron is in your seventh house, going to trine this moon. So anything to do with relationship and communication between your partner and you going to get healed, right? So anything to do with writing, teaching, speaking, short travel, and contract going to be possible during this time. Scorpio rising, sun and moon is going to happen in your second house. Your money, anything to do with your self-worth, it's going to get upgraded. You stop accepting crumbs right now. You're going to ask, salary for your self-worth right now. And your finance is going to get a lot better because Jupiter is the ruler and it's exalted in your ninth house. So your vision right now, you're gonna have big dreams. Your visions are expanding. Maybe you just finished your master degree, so you can ask more money for your services right now. And Jupiter also trines Saturn, Neptune in the fifth. So you're going to have maybe a creative rebirth. Maybe you're going to have a romantic relationship, or maybe it's just some kind of artistic inspiration. But this artistic inspiration actually helps you to have more self-worth. And you're going to monetize that new kind of artistic inspiration. So, you paint a picture or you write lyrics, and you can have a lot of views on social media, and then you're just going to get monetized on YouTube or Rumble or whatever you are on it. So finances, income, inner value, self-esteem, it's going to prosper, create abundance for you, and being positive. My fellow Sagittarius rising sun and moon, it's happening in our first house, the new moon, and on the galactic center. So it's actually a personal rebirth portal for us, something to do with a new identity, and it's gonna get activated. So, you know, you are upgraded right now, you expanded, you awaken. Jupiter is going to exalt you in the eighth house, so it can bring actually some kind of financial transformation for you, which is positive. Maybe you're going to sell your services, and you're going to be very well paid, or it could bring in some kind of stock investment or inheritance. It could bring in inheritance for some as well. And Jupiter actually going to trine Saturn, Neptune in your fourth house. So family patterns dissolve, but home life going to get stabilized. You might going to actually end a karmic cycle. Someone and a grandparent figure can obviously pass away, and you can get some kind of inheritance, but you can also renovate your home, buy a home right now, your dream home, for example. And Chiron trine this moon from the fifth house. So something to do with your creativity, or maybe with your children. You're going to be very happy about them and pleased with them. So it's a new self, it's a new destiny. Your destiny is shifting. You're getting your personal power. It's spiritual awakening, and it's definitely a new life direction. Capricorn rising, sun and moon, it's going to happen in your 12th house. 12th house, anything to do with releasing karma, 12th house is your subconscious, your sleep, your bedroom, your intuition, the hidden pattern, your hidden enemy. Jupiter is exalted in your 7th house, so it straightens your relationship actually, especially because it's trine Saturn, Neptune in your third. So, actually you rewire your mind, and communication becomes healing between a sibling, a friend, and you, or with your significant other as well. And Chiron is in your fourth house, which is going to allow you to heal family wounds. It is bringing in also emotional safety as well. You realize you are fine where you at right now. But it is because it's the 12th house, it's closure and ending, and it's also spiritual cleansing as well. But also because it's on the galactic center, it's divine protection. You can get rid of addiction, guys, and it you can get freed out from hospice or jail and just be liberated by that. Aquarius rising, sun and moon, it's going to be in your 11th house, the new moon. So your future timeline going to shift, your friendship, your community, your role in society is going to get upgraded. You're going to become VIP. You're going to make famous friends, for example. And Jupiter exalted in the sixth house, and it can actually bring some kind of work stability for you, some kind of better habits, better health habits as well. And Jupiter also trines Saturn, Neptune in the second, so definitely your money improves. Because of the moon happening in the 11th house, you can win the lottery, get bonus, right? Christmas is coming, or Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. So the money is values is actually straightening right now, definitely. And Chiron is in your third house, and it is trining the moon. So something to do with communication, the wound around communication and going to dissolve. Your voice will be healed, heard again, and you can actually heal with your voice. Maybe you're going to be a singer or do meditation music, and it's healing. So definitely the themes around new groups, leadership, social impact, and also recognition and perhaps lottery winning, guys. All right, last but not least, my beautiful fellow Pisceans, right? It is happening in your 10th house, the new moon, a new chapter in your career, in your life direction. This can actually bring in some kind of promotion or visibility right now. Your shift your calling is shifting. uh, so it's a new calling right now, and Jupiter is exalted in your fifth house. So your creativity going to bring in joy for you, or your creativity going to bring in visibility for you. Um, so there is also Jupiter, which is the ruler of this moon, and it's going to trine Saturn, Neptune in the first house. This is the last kick of Saturn, Neptune for you in the first house. So you're going to step into your true identity. Something to do with your spiritualism. Right now, it's going to get amplified, and you're going to become very, very glamorous or magnetic, or the script writer, the photographer, or maybe you're going to have some boudoir photography done right now. Chiron trine to your moon, 10th house and second house. So it's gonna be healing around money and self-worth, guys. So Definitely, it's a major success in your career. It's a calling, new calling, it's a new purpose. Your reputation is going to strive right now, your public life going to be very intense, and it is also creative leadership. All right, guys, if you want to do a meditation with me, you are welcome to do that. Let me check my son. Where is he? Because I have to pick him up before I start. Um, just a second. All right, guys. If you want to stay with me for the meditation, please close your eyes and let your body settle into a place that feels safe. A place that feels like, yes, I can rest here. Take a slow breath in through your nose and let it sigh gently out through your mouth. Again, a soft breath in and a warm, easy breath out. One more. Inhale peace. Exhale everything that doesn't belong here. Beautiful. You are doing perfectly. Now imagine your feet becoming heavy and dreamy, like they are sinking into the softest moss. Your toes loosen, your ankles melt, your calves soften, and your whole lower body becomes quiet, warm, and deeply relaxed. Good. Now let that feeling travel up your spine, your belly, your chest, your shoulders. Everything loosens, everything unclenches, everything finally exhales. And know, my love, imagine that from the source of your feet, gentle roots begin to grow. They are warm, golden roots, not sharp, not cold, but alive, glowing, curious. They stretch downward, curling through soil and stone, finding comfort in the earth beneath you. Feel them anchoring you. Feel the earth lovingly holding you, whispering, you belong here. You are safe. This is grounding, the earth remembering you, and you remembering the earth. Now a soft white light begins to glow around your body, like moonlight hugging your skin. It grows brighter, warmer, more gentle, never harsh, never overwhelming, just enough to remind you you are protected, you are held. This is your shield of light, your quiet force field. Nothing heavy, nothing dark, nothing dangerous can cross it without your permission. You are safe. Now imagine yourself walking toward a place that has always known your name, a place that feels familiar, ancient, magical. And as it appears, you notice a beautiful old tree, taller than anything you ever seen. Its branches wide enough to hold galaxies, its roots deep enough to hold your secrets. A rope ladder hangs gently from one of the branches, swaying as if it's been waiting for you. Climb it slowly. Feel the soft wood under your hands, the gentle strand that lifts you higher and higher until you reach your sanctuary, your refuge, your secret treehouse. This treehouse is yours alone, built from your joy, your childhood dreams, your courage, your softness. Step inside. Feel the warm air. See the gentle glow. Notice the things that make your heart smile. Maybe a soft blanket, a glowing candle, a beloved pet curled in the corner, a window filled with starlights. Maybe there is a swing suspended from the ceiling, swaying in a low, dreamy rhythm. Maybe there are plants glowing with magical colors that only you can see. Everything you love is here. Everything that comforts you is here. This treehouse is your inner sanctuary, your soul's safe room, a place where nothing hurts, nothing demands, nothing pushes. Just peace, just warmth, just home. Sit for a moment in the middle of your treehouse and let your heart breathe. Let your thoughts loosen, let your worries dissolve, let your sadness melt, let your joy rise softly to the surface. You are safe here. You are loved here. You are protected, always. Now take a slow breath in and gentle breathe out. Look around your treehouse one more time and know this truth. You can return here anytime your heart whispers for rest. Now, with gratitude, walk slowly back down the rope ladder. Feel the ground beneath your feet again. Feel your body in the room you are in. Take another deep breath. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Rub your palms together to wake your energy gently. And when you are ready, softly open your eyes. Your treehouse is still there, my love. It always will be. A sanctuary stitched into the fabric of your soul. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, to being here with me for the whole entire year and supporting me. I really, truly appreciate you, as I said at the beginning. Please give me a chance, give me a comment below. Let's talk. I always capable to answer and to actually start a conversation, even a debate, an intellectual debate. I love to do. And if you would please do me a favor to share my videos or hype my videos, because there is a new things on YouTube. You can hype my videos, and I worked 11 hours on the 2026 prediction, and I really want to have a lot of views and likes on it. And please, if you want to, and if you didn't buy a present for Hanukkah or for Christmas for your loved one, you can either buy one of my workshops. I have 3 workshops ready, and I also have 12 written horoscope, one financial for the 12 sign, one regular, and the 12 videos you can buy from my website to support my work. Thank you so much for being here again. Bye for now.